Hi everyone, it's Denny from Denny Outdoors and welcome to my initial video for my new channel. On this channel we'll be discussing everything camping, whether it's glamping, car camping, equipment reviews, geocaching, camp cooking, and maybe even some disc golf thrown in. So if you're into that kind of stuff, hopefully this channel will be for you. On today's video we're going to discuss battery boxes, how easy they are to assemble, what you can use them for, and how they really accentuate your camping experience. So this is the first box I made. This is my 50 amp box. As you can see, it has your positive and negative terminals. It has your little button here that shows where you're running at, how much, how many volts you have running. And if we spin this around, you have two USBs and a USB-C. And then on this side, you have your 12 volt accessory adapter. So let's pop this strap off and we'll lift the lid just so you can see what is inside here, which is not much. It's literally just the plastic casing and the 50 amp Redodo battery, and that is about it. Now this is my 100 amp box that I made, and as you can see it's just set up a little different. Your battery terminals are right out here on the front. You have your Anderson plugs if you like using those, and then right here you have the same setup as my other one. You have two USBs and one USB-C, and then you have your 12 volt cigarette lighter adapter. So if we open up this one, it's basically the same exact setup. There's all your wiring and your fuses for your plugs. And this one has the 100 amp battery in it, which you can see is slightly bigger than the 50 amp. It is also good to note that when you get these batteries, they come packed very well. So you can use the styrofoam on the inside to pack around so your battery doesn't move, because obviously you don't want this sliding around while you're carrying it around. It could just cause lines to possibly touch or just cause damage to your battery or crack the box. Now that we've seen each box, I think I forgot to mention that those are actually made with lithium iron phosphate batteries, or how you always see it written out, a LiFePO4 battery. Those are great batteries. They come a long way, and you can get them anywhere from usually 20 amps and up to in the 200-300 ranges. So that's what's going to determine your price range on those. Now, before we get into what I like to use mine for and what you could use yours for to help with your trip, we're going to have to figure out how many watt hours you have to work with. Now, that means we're going to have to do some math. I know I said math, but I promise you, there's a method to the madness here. It is really something that I feel we need to know. So, on the 100 amp box, all you do, take the 12.8 volts, which is what all these LiFePO batteries are. 12.8 times the 100 gives you 1,280 watt hours. So obviously, we're going to half that with the 50 amp box, which means we're getting 640 watt hours. So, why is that important? Well, because say it's cold outside and you want to run your diesel heater, you want to make sure you have enough power in that box to last you for however many days you're going. So, which brings us to what I like to use mine for is the diesel heaters, and I have a nice 37 quart, I think that's what it is, 37 quart RV refrigerator, and these things work great with those. I plug that right into the cigarette lighter, and I can tell you just right off the bat that I have used my 100 amp box on a full charge at my camp, sitting my cooler and this battery box outside on my porch, plugged it in on a Wednesday at like 5 o'clock in the evening, and I just checked it. Just let it run 24 hours a day like it was a regular fridge. I went out on Saturday and checked it. It was still at 49%. So that shows you how little that some of these items now are drawing power, which is great. Now, with a diesel heater, again, they draw hardly any power. So say you're running it on a mid-level, say with a 3 or 4, that might be, just for sake of argument, we'll say 20 watt hours. 20 watts, that's all it's taking. So if you have just if you're using the 100 amp battery, so you have, again, 1,280 watt hours to work with. So let's take, if you're only drawing 20 amps, so 1,280 divided by 20, 64 hours. That's running at 24 hours a day, 64 hours. You would get almost 3 days worth running off of one full charge. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Now that we've discussed what I like to use them for, and we unfortunately had to do some math, but I think it was worth it, let's finish up with, what else you can use these battery boxes for. You can use them to charge your phones, charge any lights or batteries, run your lights and batteries at a camp, and if you're fishing, you can easily use them to power your trolling motor or your fish finders. So again, the possibilities are endless with these. And the reason I brought this whole video up was just to show you that a battery box can be a cheaper alternative than buying a normal portable power station. But if you do find yourself having a lot of camping equipment that does need a regular 110 outlet, a regular house plug, then a battery box is probably not going to be for you, and you should stay with a portable power station. With that being said, we're going to close out this first video, and I hope you had fun. I hope you liked what you saw, and if you did, please like and subscribe to this channel, and we'll make many more videos. So, and also, if you have any questions or comments, or you'd like to know how I built the box in detail, please drop me a line in the comments below, and I will try my best to get back to you. So, with that being said, until we meet again, see ya!